All right, guys, every now and then I like to make a video where I'm just, I don't have nothing planned. Just turn on the video and tell you guys, exactly what I'm thinking about. Some of you guys really want to know what is really going on in your mind. I tell you, first of all, the fact that I end up speaking to an individual on YouTube that I end up living with for 2.5 years who was sent by my family to target me. And I just happened to end up living with this individual for 2.5 years. I mean, I asked myself, how the hell did that happen? These people must have thought, no wonder they was laughing. They must have thought I was the dumbest motherfucker in the world. Okay? Even I asked myself, how did I get into this? But guys, think about it. Think about the whole situation going on with me. I see that a couple of my YouTube videos from the last few videos was a 144 with a 9 on the side. I did not do that on purpose. That being said, I told you guys I'm not operating in a linear fashion. Everything that I seem to do in my life seems to have some type of meaning that I may or may not find out days, weeks, or years later. Like, oh, that's why this had to happen, right? I'm not operating off linear, man, in linear fashion. There's no way. And I'm definitely jumping timelines. How did I end up living with somebody on YouTube who my family has sent to take me out or distract me, either or both, right? Because guys, it's not like I be talking to everybody on YouTube. I don't. And so this person, it had the whole Hebrew Israelite front going on. They must have thought that I was going to buy into it. But guys, you got to remember, I end up living with this individual because when I came back from Cambodia, I had two choices. Either live with a family member in Vegas who I didn't trust, or I was going to go stay with this individual who I had met online, who I really didn't get along with that much. I didn't have a choice. See, when you don't have the finances, how many people are here? You think people just want to be in a ghetto? They just want to live in a ghetto? People just want to live in one bedroom apartment with, 2 or 3 kids or some shit like that? A lot of stuff is not hard to predict where somebody's going to go based on their financial situation. I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I say God put me up to this. That's all I can say. You could say, how come my last two videos out of 5 or 6 videos is a 144 and a 9 on the side? You had to plan it. I did not plan that, guys. That being said, that goes to show you how my life goes. It's not a good idea to mess with somebody like me who's not operating on a linear timeline. It's not a good idea because you're being set up. I'm obviously an instrument of God, right? God tells me to do something, I do it. I just obey God. Like, I don't even really have my own choices yet. I think I have my own choices, but I really don't. When you're anointed and you have a divine assignment, I don't think you really have freedom or choices. That's not to say I never have it, but I'm just saying I don't think that probably most of the stuff that God has me do anyway, I want to do that anyway, or I'll find out later that was the best thing I should have did anyway. Because a lot of things out here, guys, I just don't even like to do, to tell you the truth. I remember when the whole pandemic was ending, I had made a video talking about how nasty and unsanitary a movie theater is, because I told you guys that I worked in a theater back in 1999 when The Matrix came out, and I never forget how dirty and nasty a movie theater actually is. So when they say, oh, I haven't been to a movie theater in years, oh, poor me. No, it's not poor me. A movie theater is disgusting. I'd rather be at home, and I'd rather have my own home theater in my house. That's not to say I'll never go to a movie theater, but let's just say I'll be real picky about which one I go to, because it's very, those things are disgusting, man. I'm telling you, it's disgusting, y'all. Movie theaters, it's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of people farting in some seats, and here you come sitting your ass down, all hugged up on your girl. That's not my idea of entertainment. But no, a lot of things that God put me up to. I mean, guys, for real, it's not a lot to do. It's very easy to get bored in this life. Very easy. You have to find hobbies, and then when you're done with that hobby, you have to look for another hobby. It's not a lot of things to do, guys. You can get bored real fast. Real fast. Especially if you work the kind of job where you're just going to the same cubicle every single day, day in, day out. I'd be thinking about, like, if I was a business owner, how would I want to operate my business? I'd be thinking, could I pay my employees twice as much as minimum wage without it affecting my, well, of course it's going to affect the money, but still, it's like being a business owner and watching the way people run businesses and have employees. I mean, if I have employees, I want my employees to be happy. I want them to be satisfied. Not happy, but satisfied. I want them to be able to say, them working for me, they're doing a whole lot better than if they was working anywhere else out here. Because most employers want their employees, they want it, unless you work for a family business, they want it to be like an in and out type of thing. They don't want you staying there that long. We talk about this all the time. Because healthcare is so expensive now. And everything has to do with the fact, because the American dollar is not worth as much as it used to be in the world. It all goes back to the American dollar. You can say whatever you want about this or that or that or this. It all comes back to how much is your dollar in your country actually worth in the world market. That's what it all comes down to. And the reason everything is so expensive, and the reason that people are working all these hours but still can't afford to live in a safe neighborhood, is because your dollar is not worth a lot of currency. It's just that simple. You don't even have to do all this math about that when it comes to stuff like this. But anyway, y'all, just to wrap it up, that's what's been on my mind. Sometimes I'll be riding around, I'll be like, how in the world did I go from showing 144 videos to, next thing I know, listening to these people on YouTube who talking about my life? I say, how the hell did I get here? I was just hosting 144 videos, and next thing I know, 1,000 people talking about my life. Like, how the fuck did I get here? You know what I'm saying? It's weird, y'all. It's so weird. But that's all I wanted to tell y'all. You know, just how 144 shows up in my life, you could say the same thing about the situation of me running into this character on YouTube and being in the situation that I was in. It looked like I was stuck. People were laughing and all this. But no, God was actually setting up the whole thing. So again, just like how you see the 144, all these coincidences in my life, guys, God will even set it up that you look like a goddamn fool. And people don't understand, when you're anointed, you literally, God's tool. God can make you look like a fool for a season and then make you look like Einstein for a season. That's why it's a good thing I don't have an ego like that and don't seek validation and not caring about what people think and stuff like that. Because when you have an assignment, man, when you have an assignment, you got to drop the ego. It's just like if somebody was going undercover in the FBI and let's say they had to go undercover to bust some kind of drug kingpin or something, and they have to pretend like, there was drug dealing. Well, obviously you have to drop your main character just to fulfill that job. Same thing goes for anointed people. It's the same thing, y'all.